Welcome back to Rainier Rally Event 1. Yes, folks, that is beautiful Mount Rainier standing at 14,411 feet in the background of this beautiful track. This is Event 1, Round 2. 8 cars will be battling head-to-head, and 4 cars will move on to the quarter-final round. Let's go ahead and meet our first 2 drivers in this video. Driving an Audi Sport Quattro, represented by the Outsiders, it's Sorsha. She will be racing against Datsun Dan from Rust Belt Diecast in that Porsche 959. Hopping right into the first race, we have Sorsha on the close lane, Datsun Dan on the far lane. As they head over the first jump, it looks like Datsun Dan's ahead by a little bit. Sorsha gets sideways and takes out a spectator. Oh my gosh! That is a catastrophe. Let's see what happened here. Sorsha is off the track, bounces off that Ford RS200 rally car, sitting on the side of the track, takes out the guardrail on the grandstands, and smashes into a innocent bystander, barely missing the camera guy by inches. I think that camera guy just lost the top of his hair and maybe crapped his pants. I'm not sure. Let's watch that from a different angle here. Bounces off the car, takes out the guardrail, and whack! Takes out that poor old man. I hope the medical crew is standing by to see if he is okay. Okay, we have word that the medical crew is on site. I see the ambulance and the paramedic, but I do not see any people helping the man face first down the track. They're going to have to get him loaded up and see if he is okay. That win will go to Datsun Dan. We're going to head right into the second race here. Man, I'm just speechless. That is just saddens my heart. I hope that man is okay. We'll find out if he's back. Oh, it looks like he is back at the same exact spot. He did not learn from his mistakes and does not decide to move to a different part of the track that might be a little bit safer for him. Him and the camera guy are literally fearless out there. I would at least put a helmet on. All right, race 3. If Datsun Dan wins this one, he will move on. If Sorsha wins, she will have to win 2 more. Datsun Dan flips upside down, takes race 3, and will be moving on. Whew, I'm still a little shook up from that accident, but let's go ahead and meet the next 2 drivers. Racing must go on. Driving for Spoolheads in an Audi Sport Quattro, John Alexander. And he's racing Mr. Dark from Dubious Diecast in that beautiful black Ford Escort Rally. We got John Alexander in the close lane and Mr. Dark in the far lane with that skull on top of the car. John Alexander gets an early lead, hops up on the curb, spins around, allowing Mr. Dark to take the victory. Look at this. Looks like Mr. Dark sees that John Alexander is in trouble and steers to the right, gets a little out of control and flips it, but still was able to secure the win. Let's watch that from the finish line sky cam. You see the race finish and the car was barely missing that cameraman. If I was a cameraman, I would consider moving backwards. That is clearly not a safe space to be. All right, race 2. Mr. Dark on the close side, John Alexander on the far side. John Alexander out front and barely beats Mr. Dark, it looks like, as he flips over on his roof. Yes, right by a fender or a bumper or whatever unit of measurement you decide to measure with. I think it might be 1,624 hairs. All right, ties it up. Race 3, break the tie, and continue with this battle. John Alexander gets the early start. Mr. Dark sideways a little bit. Oh my gosh, we have another catastrophe. This time, it's the cameraman and the same old man in the brown sweatshirt. This is ridiculous. This track crew needs to put up some sort of barrier to protect these wonderful spectators. Oh my gosh. There you see Mr. Dark's car coming to a stop. Let's watch what happened from a different angle. Bounces off the grandstands, takes out those 2 people. Paramedics are on site. We have 1 paramedic helping the camera guy, laying on his back, taking pictures of the clouds. And then the other man, again, face down in the grass over there on the far end of the track with Mr. Dark's car. Mr. Dark, nowhere to be found. Someone needs to get Mr. Dark out of the car before it blows up like in one of those action movies. All right, John Alexander will take that race. Mr. Dark needs to win this one to stay in it. For Mr. Dark in the close lane, hopefully he keeps it on the track this time. John Alexander out by half a car, and John Alexander beats Mr. Dark and moves on to the next round. Also, the cameraman and the older gentleman are still back in the same exact spot they've been standing. Not smart. Let's meet the next two drivers. First, we got Unky Elvis, driving a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution, racing against Psycho from Mountain High Diecast in that beautiful STI with those exhaust pipes sticking out the rear. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Oh, here we go. Evo out front by half a car as we go over the first jump, spins it sideways, and Uncle Elvis will take the victory. Look at that. They're stacked sideways. From that camera angle, it looks like that Subaru disappears behind that Evo. This is the classic STI Evo rivalry that everybody knows and loves. Here they go again, Evo out front by a car. He will take that one. That is a beautiful landing. That is the most smooth landing I think we've seen on this track yet by that Evo. He is fast and looking good. One more win for Uncle Elvis and he will move on. Let's see what happens in this third race. Uncle Elvis out front, and he will take it as he spins around backwards. It looked like Psycho might have caught up and took some ground on him, but Uncle Elvis wins race number 3 and will move on to the next round. Thank you, Psycho, for participating in this rally tournament. Next up, we have a super special driver to introduce to you. Her name is Sarah Moy. She's driving for Arlo Racing and Basami.com. She runs a breast cancer awareness charity that breaks down the barriers to breast health. And that, my friends, is the first and probably the last time I'll ever say breast on this channel. And Sarah is battling against Sam Hall for Team DRT3K. They're lined up with Sarah Moy on the close lane, Sam Hall in the far lane. Sam cuts off Sarah and rolls across the finish line, taking race 1. You'd think Sam would take it easy on Sarah, considering she's out here racing for a good cause to fight breast cancer, but Sam is relentless. Let's see what happens in race 2. Sarah out in front by half a car. Sam rolls it over, and Sarah Moy takes the win in race 2, tying it up 1-1. Going into race 3, they'll switch lanes. Again, these are best of 5 races. First driver to win 3 races on the track. Sarah on the close lane, Sam on the far lane. They are side by side going on that second jump, and Sarah takes that race and another victory. One more, and she will move on. All right, so one more victory for Sarah, and she will move on. They switch lanes. Sam Hall in the close lane, Sarah Moy in this far lane. Sarah takes an early lead over jump 1, spins sideways, and gets pushed by Sam Hall across the finish line. Let's watch that replay. Stop it right there. This is the point where if I was Sarah, I'd be clenching my butt cheeks hoping I did not crash and burn. But she does hold on and takes the victory. That is her third one. She will be moving on to the next round. Congratulations, Sarah Moy, representing Basami.com. There's your 4 cars moving on to the next round. Porsche 959, Audi Sport Quattro, Evo, and another Audi Sport Quattro. Now, ladies and gentlemen, bum bum bum, bonus runs. This is the 4-car losers bracket. We will take our 4 cars and run them head to head, single elimination. Winner moves on. One winner loser, biggest loser, winner of the losers, will be crowned at the end of this race. Sorsha in the close lane, Mr. Dark in the far lane. Sorsha looks like she is playing dirty in that last straightaway. She just cuts off Mr. Dark, almost pushes him off the track, and takes the win. Psycho in the close lane, Sam Hall in the far lane. Sam walks away with it as he lands on his lid and slides across the finish line. And now, folks, the winner of the loser race. Sorsha in the close lane, getting a little squirrely, bouncing side to side. Sam was able to get out in front and takes the win. Congratulations, Sam Hall. You are the winner of the losers. Thank you, everyone, for watching Tiny Track Cars.